linebacker battle, do you think this is just as simple as it's Anthony Hill, Lafoul, and then Trey Moore? Or do you think there's anyone else in this room that can pop up and take some playing time away from any of those guys?
I don't think so. I do think it's guys who are behind them who can play, right? But I don't think they can take those guys off the field. I think it'll be a 3-man, so it'll be deployed with those three as much as possible, or two of the three, or some sort of rotation packages. But it's and I say that because that linebacker position is pivotal to the entirety of the defense. So coaches want guys they trust. That's why I said, like with Trey Moore, like it really is going to come down to, can he handle it mentally more so than anything? Because physically, he can run, he can shuffle, he can get downhill, he can drop in space. Like I've seen him drop, and like he can do it, and then with more reps, he'll get better and better at it. But when you talk, like, God forbid something happened to our starter, right? And now, what's the next progression? Like, how does that look? So, um, just in terms of the communication with the D line, the communication with the safeties behind them, like it's so much that goes into that I don't think you're going to put too many bodies out there that you don't trust, even if they're like growing. When you're talking about, it could be anybody. It doesn't matter. Like all it takes is one mistake for the whole defense to not be on the same page. So
Yeah.
I think they stick with the veteran guys who have done it, who have experience to keep the cohesiveness of the defense.
No, I don't disagree with that, and I think Leon Lafoul is going to be another guy that's going to pop up and be a household name because he
He's
played really well
he's
down
such
the
a good football.
stretch.
Oh my god, he is like, okay. When you when I watch him play, I get excited. I get really excited because he makes all the plays he's supposed to make. As simple as that sounds, a lot of guys don't do that. They don't make the
Yeah.
plays they're supposed to make. But that's what makes, to me, like really good football players, or like the great ones make the plays no one makes. That's what makes them special. But he makes. I mean, he's fundamentally sound. He's strong. He's smart. He's instinctive. Like, again, how do you keep him off the field? He does everything right to me. Like watching him on tape, he's very clean and just smooth. Like everything makes sense because he does it the right way. So I'm he's another guy, again, I'm very excited for, because I really think he's just a really just solid football player who, like, you is who you want on the field, because he makes other guys around him better, because you know exactly what he's going to be, exactly where he needs to be, and it allows those guys around him to play faster.
Yeah, I think the only negative thing is like at the second level, he can, get pushed around a little bit by an offensive lineman, but I don't think there's very many linebackers that are good at,
Yeah.
shedding blocks at the second level from offensive linemen. So that's not a big thing. He probably gained a lot of strength in the offseason. So I think he's going to have a really good year. Another guy that gets talked about a lot, and I was impressed with when he did play last year, was Ty Anthony Smith. Now he definitely needs to put on some weight.
Yeah.
Because he came in at like 205 or 210. I think he's
he,
up to
he
like
was little.
220 right now. But what do you think of him?
So it's the same thing. It's when big bodies get around him, he would get tossed around a little bit, but you see the burst and you see the speed, like you see the athlete to get sideline to sideline to play off the spot. So again, like, I know that program. I know he's got bigger and stronger. Like, that's what they pride themselves on. You you will be in shape, you will be big, you will be strong, based on what the coaches want you at. So but yeah, like he's a to me, watching him, he was more of an athlete playing linebacker than a linebacker who was an athlete. Um, so I'm really excited to see his progression, but like everything's going to really boil down to, can he handle the grind throughout the course of the year, at his size, as he grows, because there are growing pains with gaining weight, handling that weight for
Yeah.
4 quarters. So it'll be interesting to see for sure, but really talented. Like, you saw the flashes on tape last year, so um, it would just really boil down to him handling the physicality of playing inside at his new weight.
No, be interesting. And I don't know how much like tape of you that you have watched of Bo Barnes, but do you think there's any chance he contributes at all this year as a freshman or no?
Yes, yes. So I think he will be a guy where he, of course, will play some special teams, right? But as he gets more comfortable with not just knowing the defense, but like really understanding the nuances around him, I think him getting on the field has less to do with his talent and more to do with him not making mental mistakes that young guys usually make. Like when you're playing the position of communication, when you're the quarterback of the defense, you aren't afforded the same mental errors as everyone around you. Just like the quarterback. The quarterback can't make the same mental mistakes. Like the receiver can run the wrong route and the quarterback can make it right. But the quarterback can't throw a bad ball. And you know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
think with him as talented as he is, again, it really just boils down to how fast he picks things up in between the ears, honestly, because the talent's I mean, like I've seen his tape, like he on the huddle tape how they circle you don't have to circle it you know
Yeah.
who you're watching because he pops on tape. So more so just like I would love to see how these guys are picking things up or like hear how they're really picking up the defense, like these young guys, because that's what it really going to boil down to every time for those coaches.
Yeah, it's funny because Ty Anthony Smith and Leon Lafoul need to put on weight. He probably needs to lose weight because I think
Lose
he
them.
came in at like 255, 260.
Like, what are they feeding these kids?
So
Man.
that's like 1990s linebacker where you want the dude to weigh like 260, 270, just come down the
Right.
middle and destroy people. Like they want more guys like 235, 240 that can flow sideline to sideline more now, whereas back then they just wanted you to hammer people.
Be big, hit the fullback.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
The one that always gets me is Anthony Wheeler back in the day because that dude was
Yeah. He
gigantic,
was
and
huge.
yeah, when he picked up that ball and ran down the sideline versus USC, he is lumbering the whole time. Like, I don't think I'd want to get hit by that guy.
No, that is a freight truck moving as
Yeah,
fast as he can, getting ready to run through a brick wall. No, no, no. You don't want that problem.
100%.
I
Uh,
think.
hey,
Oh, go ahead.
no, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just thinking about Elijah. Like, if I know anything, I know he's going to be in shape. So I don't think he can get too light because I don't think that's in his body. Just in terms of like him carrying his weight, like I think he naturally carries probably if he never worked out or if he worked out moderately, right? As not as an athlete, I think he would still be like 240, 250. So I think again, like I think he's gonna be a guy who loses weight, loses bad weight because he's young. He's probably not eating the right stuff, loses bad weight, gets down, goes right back up towards the end of the year, and like he'll play better later in the year if he is afforded the chance to get on the field. That's how I
No,
see it.
I don't disagree with that. I think he's going to be a really good player, and I think next year he could fill into we're going to need someone to fill in for Anthony Hill. I think he has the potential to be able to do that. David Keith
Absolutely.
Williams. I think Elijah Barnes should focus on scouting play and learning. Uh, cut me off. Learning the linebacker position. He is athletic enough to play, but I think he just needs to learn from Hill. I mean, yeah, I agree. I think it's going to take him some time, but I also know with the staff, if you're super talented, they're going to let you go out there and play to your strengths. They kind of did that with Anthony Hill when he came in as a freshman versus Alabama. Like they didn't ask
Nope.
too much of him. They kind of just said, "Hey, go out there, create havoc, see ball, get ball type thing," and he ended up with like 2.5 sacks in that game. And then you saw later in the year, it kind of cost Texas because he played pretty bad versus Oklahoma, running around, and he was kind of confused
Yep.
with Jeff Levy's offense, and it kind of cost Texas in that game. So they'll try to play to your strengths and let you play some football out there.
Yeah. I mean, that's what makes them a really good staff to me. They like even the young guys, they put them in positions to win and not think. Play
Yeah.
fast. We'll talk about the rest later. These are your 12 to 20 plays that you're going to get. I'm gonna try to put you in the best situation possible so you can just go be talented and play ball. But to your point, when they have to play every down and you really can't protect them with calls and things like that, that's why to me this time of the year is so pivotal in terms of learning. Like this is the time to make a lot of mistakes. Make them now so that you don't make the same ones later in the year.
No, 100%.